instead of everybody fighting over it, I'm gonna go first because I'm thirsty, and then not fighting over. Not that you guys fight over it ever, but it's just, Steve was like, "Why don't you just decide?" the other week, and I was like, "Well, I don't want to be rude." So maybe what it is, I'll pick the first person and put people on the spot. But this week I'll do it. I'll go first. All right. So, and also today we're gonna be doing some homebrew reviews.
All right.
I've got our coffee ale that Scott and I brewed, all set and ready. Do you have one cold, Scotty?
The only thing I have cold is the coffee ale.
Well, perfect, because that's what the one we're doing.
All right. So let me go grab that.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Scott's gonna go grab that real fast. All right, and let's do this real quickly. We're gonna flip to it. So this week I have a beer. This is the last beer from Sathros, who brought me beer to. Have I watched G4? G4 as far as like the gaming network, DJ.
Like Rip G4, like the one that's no longer around.
Yeah, I used to love G4. That was a good
It was awesome.
channel.
Now it's Esquire, with to do beer shows once in a while.
Yeah, they do. They have the thing. So, no, I did when it was online, but it's no longer here anymore. So, and the Attack of the Show was fantastic. I think that was on there too.
They do a Twitch show. It's just called The Show.
Oh no, it's called the Attack, or is it called the Show?
It might be The Attack, something like that.
It's a good. I like watching those guys.
Yeah.
So when we were at PAX East, Sathros gave us 3 beers from. What's up, Toaster? How are you, sir? They gave us 3 beers from Norway. This is the last one that I have. So this is, and it has the label on both sides. There's not a lot of information in here that I know about this beer. I couldn't interpret, even when I translated the website. The only thing that I could get out of this is that this is a Euro Pale Lager. Very, very common beer.
Sure.
In Norway. And today, by the way, is also Norwegian constitutional. I don't know if you guys heard that. It's the celebration of their constitution. So it's kind of fitting. But I did this beer specifically because also tomorrow is Sathros's birthday. Yeah, he's turning.
All right.
He's turning like 29 again for the 7th time. So yeah. So we're gonna pour this out. I will warn you, I am not a big lager fan. But again, I'm not gonna shy away from something that someone gave me.
So luckily, this lager was packaged in a can, like it was skunked from Norway. It'd be the worst.
Smells like a lager. So in a pale lager at that too.
Well,
what does that actually mean?
America.
What's that?
Just like a light lager?
I'm guessing so, because this is only 4.5%, right? I don't even know how to pronounce the beer name, by the way. So whatever fatal. Anyway, when I did the Google Translate on the site, it did say that it was Sathros. Thank you for the host of 18 viewers, my good man.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing, good man. Now you can tell me how the hell to pronounce this goddamn beer. So, this is the last beer that Sath gave me. And when I did a Google translation on the site, there was no link to click on it. I had to go search on it. And whatever this word is, fatal, dude, please help. It translated as beer, by the way. So yeah. So this is my first time having this. This is a 4.5 European Pale Lager.
Let me know if it tastes like beer. "Quote unquote" beer.
It is light, very light.
Good.
It is, well, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't really taste like. There's a more maltiness than what I get from like lagers from the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is a little sweeter in maltiness with this, but it's actually quite refreshing. And since my office currently is an absolute furnace, it was 95 degrees here today. Drinking pale lager as well, Grain Bell Premium. Oh, never had that one either. It's actually quite refreshing. Scott, I would probably chalk this up to the same flavor you would get from a PBR.
Okay.
It's a little darker than PBR.
Does it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of like a caramely note or something in it. I'm not really too sure exactly what, but
Now, do you pick up any sort of buttery flavors?
maybe that's what I'm tasting. Buttery.
All right.
Yeah. Like
But,
I would get that from like a Kolsch, but this is not. This is not like a Kolsch beer. So.
Or how about any sort of cidery notes?
Not a lot of carbonation, but I don't really know if maybe the sweetness could be attributed to cidery, but I wouldn't say it's like appley.
Yeah,
So,
or like
48. What's up? How are you? It's a long name, man. I'm not gonna go through all that. But yeah, this is Seth. This is actually not that bad. I think if this is like a lawnmower beer of Norway. So
so all your future lagers should come from Norway.
probably. No, but you know what? There are some lagers that I actually really like. This is a very good light beer. This has more flavor to me than most light lagers that you get in the United States. Like obviously like Budweiser, Bud Light, all that stuff, Miller, all taste like, you know, I feel like Aquafina has more flavor than the other than that beer. But this beer actually has a bit more flavor than I was expecting. And you know, I wasn't really expecting much from a Euro Pale Lager, but this is really refreshing, actually.
Not bad.
And I haven't had a PBR in a long time, so I probably would go with that. This probably tastes like a PBR in my mind.
Well, next time you're over, I will. I'll help you with that.
Well, it's just the last one I have. I wish I had one that we can a Sathros.
No. I mean, next time you're over, I'll help you with tasting the PBR.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm all right. It would have to be a hot day in hell for me to go jump down. Look, I mean, PBR is a good beer for what it is, you know. But you're about to open an organic honey ale from the UK called Honeydew. I like Fuller's. Fuller's is
a honey beer,
brewer.
you say?
Yeah.
Oh, let's taste one later.
I like Fuller's ESB. That's probably one of my the first beers I had in the UK. So you can buy those in my local shop, and they're easy to send. Yes, because they're in cans. It works out well. So Scott, maybe we can get you one of these things. I'm not a big fan of lagers, so I will probably say that this is a 3 out of 5 for me. I don't want to go too low because I'm actually enjoying it. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to give it 2.5 because it's a lager and I don't really like lagers. But I actually am enjoying this, and maybe it's because my office is a furnace currently, so it's definitely cooling me down. I don't drink a huge amount, so I make the few count. Yeah, why not?
Attaboy.
Hey, 48. That's the way to go, man. You know. So I would definitely do this. So out of 5 stars, I would give, or should we just call them? You know, we always said stars, but should we just call them bottle caps?
I was gonna say that.
All right.
That sounds good to me.
3
out of 5 bottle caps. I would give this 5 being the high score, obviously. So this is again. And Seth, I don't know how to pronounce this properly, and tell me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Freiderlin, Fettel.
Freidenlund?
I don't Freidelin.
I don't know.
Freidelin Fatal. Tell me at least if I was relatively close. But anyway, I would say a 3 out of 5 on this one because I am enjoying it. I'm not gonna discredit it. It's actually a really decent beer. I would would this be the first thing I choose? No, but because you gave me some pretty other awesome ones up here. You know, I actually really like that that Nojin Ni, whatever that is. But it's like an Indian Pale Ale that he gave me as well. So, but yeah, I like that one probably the best out of all the beers you gave me. So, but thank you again, Sathros, and happy Norwegian Constitution Day. That's which is today, and tomorrow is Sathros's birthday. So please make sure you go and check him out tomorrow. He's going to be doing a 24-hour. You don't really have to have that sound in English. Okay.
Nice.
I try. Check him out. Tomorrow is going to be his birthday stream. Go drop him a follow. It's actually now your birthday is?
Hey.
Well, all right. Well, today in Norway, right now in Norway, it is his birthday. 2:28 in the morning. So, hey.
There you go. For Sathroth.
There you go. You get the beer song. Happy birthday, my good man. Happy
So he's
birthday.
doing a 24-hour stream, so 1 hour for every year he's been alive.
I think so.
Wink, wink.
So one hour for every. Good point. 1 hour for every year he's been alive. Sathros is going to be streaming. You'll be there forever. Sorry.
It's not a 2-day stream. Come on now.
It's not a 2-day stream. No, he's not 48. Anyway, all right. So, like I said, thank you again to Sathros. Generic birthday comment, Seth. Thank you. There you go.
Oh, that's heartfelt.
Yeah, very heartfelt. Always heartfelt. All right. So, who wants to go next? I'm really bad at this.
I'll go.
You'll go. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Ah. God. Hold on.
I'll wait for it.
Thank you. Hey, gotta fix it. Wait, Scott, while we're at it. Oh, Scott's fine. Drew's good. All right, there you go. All right, fantastic.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Good job. There's a delay. That's wonderful.
Thanks.
A little bit of everybody.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. We're
Team's
really
all
good
here.
here, guys. Really good.
All right.
So,
What I'm trying is the UFO, the new one from Harpoon Brewery. It's a Huckleberry wheat beer,
ooh.
or I think their UFO is sort of their unfiltered offering. It's usually a Hefeweizen. I think this one is too. But this time they usually do a unfiltered, like a Belgian white, and they also do a raspberry, which I have as my backup here.
Yep.
But I'm doing the Huckleberry. I think it's the first new fruit beer they do with
ooh.
the Hefeweizen. Oh god, I put this too hard. Ooh. It's very clear. It's pale, no color at all from like the fruit at all. Ooh, this is a dirty glass too because all the bubbles are attached to the side.
Oh.
It's coming off in weight a lot lighter than usual.
Okay.
It's actually, see if I get some. There we go. It's a little yellow,
Nice.
not sort of amber on the top. It's very much. It's not really cloudy as it usually is. You can kind of see me through it. Usually, it's pretty just murky. This has a slight haze to it. Very effervescent. Tell by the head still building. But nose, huge huckleberry, sort of a blueberry kind of thing. People don't know what a huckleberry is. It's kind of a variation of a blueberry. It's sort of smaller than a blueberry, but a lot stronger in that sort of deeper flavor.
Yeah.
That sort of rich flavor. But I can smell it right off the bat. A lot of that blueberry smell. Then it goes sort of that sulfur note you get in a lager, kind of that sharp, light, crisp smell to it. No hop character. Maybe a little bit of banana from like that Belgian yeast they use in their UFOs. But pretty smooth. Right off the bat, I don't get a whole lot of huckleberry in the front. It's very malty, very biscuity, has this like honey sweetness to it. But at the end, you sort of get that sort of deeper berry, sort of almost raisiny kind of darker fruit to it. But you sort of get more the aroma of blueberry or huckleberry than the actual flavor. It's there in the end where you sort of a Hefeweizen, you kind of get the banana clove flavor you get from the yeast. But instead of that, it's more that this blueberry note. Very light. Besides the flavor of the huckleberry, it's basically the same base beer they use for most of their UFOs. It's sort of more along the lines of a lager, I guess, flavor than sort of a Hefeweizen, really, because you don't get much of that sort of banana spice note they usually get. And I don't know if I left I guess I left some yeast in the bottom, so let me see if I can pour the rest out into the glass.
So wait, why are you turning it like that? Is that to heat up the
I'm turning it like this to rouse up the yeast in the bottom.
Oh.
Because that's what you want in a Hefeweizen, because a Hefeweizen is yeast wheat in German.
Right.
There we go. There's the color.
I never heard of turning the bottle like that though. That's what I always kind of like swirl it.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's
if you swirl it, you kick up the carbonation when you sort of put it on its edge.
Oh.
So like there's like sort of a line of liquids at the bottom. You give it a twist. You're not really disturbing the carbonation as much.
See, I'm learning things new every day.
But now,
that's what.
After I did that, you can see a lot more cloudier now.
Yeah.
All the yeast is in there, so maybe it might be completely different now, which it is. Smells completely different. You get more of the that Hefeweizen yeast smell to it. I found it. Found the yeast.
I found it. It was hiding somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. It's a lot thicker. Obviously, it's more. There's more stuff in there.
So now review beer too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So found all the banana flavor. Still not a whole lot of yeast, or not yeast, but that clove spice note, which is kind of means that the yeast, when it's fermented, was at a colder temperature. That sort of spice note kind of pops up during a hotter, warmer fermentation. So it sort of still goes under sort of that creamy banana yeast character that a Hefeweizen has. And that this character now sort of covers up more of that fruit flavor. So I guess if you wanted to drink the beer with sort of yeastless, pour it straight out of the bottle once you want to rouse up the yeast and get that more of that Hefeweizen character. But I don't think that it doesn't ruin the beer at all. Usually if you get too much yeast in a beer, it becomes soapy. That spice note goes a little too far. Okay. It becomes very, I don't know, astringent, very bitter. Sort of a little sharp sour in it. Like it's like you have soap in your mouth, like dish soap. It's weird. Ugh. It's a weird change that soap, that yeast changes into.
So Rick was just saying that he actually found this beer in his local beer shop in Jersey, because I know, Rick, you live in Jersey, right? If I'm not mistaken. So.
Okay, cool. So it's probably both brewed in the Boston and Windsor brewery. Okay. Because Harpoon, there's two breweries. There's one in Boston, Massachusetts. Yep. And the other one in Windsor, Vermont. And I believe the Windsor, Vermont one is the bottling brewery. Oh. And the one in Boston is the kegging and bottling brewery.
Okay.
Like when Ted and I went to Harpoon Brewery at PAX East.
Oh, yeah.
Where we had amazing pretzels and they had, of course, amazing beer. But you sit along the line of the bottling line, which isn't that big compared to how big the brewery is. Like, so you'd imagine that the majority of it is kegs, because you look outside, it's all keg pallets everywhere.
Yeah. That's a great place to go. Scott was the one.
It's a lot of fun.
That turned me onto it when I went there for business a while back. But he said, "Go get the pretzels." I'm like, "Yes, definitely. Beer, pretzels, bring it on. That's exactly what I want." So.
Yeah. But I think a rating on this beer. Also, it's like 93, 95 degrees up here in this room with these two lights and these two monitors pointing at me. So it's pretty hot in here. So this is probably sort of tilting the scale a little bit, but I'd say it's around probably 4.
Okay.
It's a good beer. It's solid. It's of course I'll drink it again, especially when it's getting warmer and warmer out. It's supposed to be upper 90s tomorrow.
Yeah.
What? One of my favorite beers a few years back was the UFO Pale.
Oh, they're
Harpoon does.
Their OG UFO. I think that was the first one they made, was their Pale, and then it went from Pale to Belgian White.
And they don't even. I used to be able to find that down in Jersey. Now you can't find it anywhere. I think you can only get it at the brewery.
Yeah, I think so too. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we could still find it down here, because you can find the UFO Hefeweizen, right? I mean.
Yeah, you can find the Hefeweizen, you can find the raspberry. you always see. I think it's the one with the orange on it. I don't know if that's the
Yeah.
Hefeweizen.
That's the Belgian white.
Okay.
There's the big squeeze you can find down here.
Oh man, that one's so good.
Really?
But yeah, the UFO Pale, man, that one was good.
But I'm definitely give it a sort of 3. Wouldn't change it really. It's not really my favorite style, as there's Belgian-y Hefeweizens, but sort of fruit Hefeweizen in this heat definitely kicks it up a little bit. Sort of my go-to right now.
Yeah, and we've talked about this in past shows. It's just like depending on the season, my beer taste will change.
Yeah.
And right now, like with it being 90 degrees, and I don't know what the hell that is in Celsius. I'm sorry, anybody. Who's
It's
in
low
Canada
30s.
yeah, it's super hot. But
Cheers.
like we like my I just want something refreshing, which I think notwithstanding, I don't think that had any reason for me giving this a 3, because again I don't like lagers often, but this is really good.
And I hate Hefeweizens in the winter. I can't stand them. I can't touch them.
I know. And the messed up part is I just found not New Belgium, Dragon's Milk. Right? Steve reviewed it, I thought, on here a while back. But
We just got that.
You just got that?
Yep.
Yeah.
In our beer store.
I found that recently, but I saw that they're doing like reserve versions, and the one version they're bringing out is a s'mores bourbon barrel aged Dragon's Milk, which is a stout, and I'm like, I hope it gets colder.
Yeah, right.
so I can actually drink this without having to worry about like it's just like it's like a brick in my. I don't feel like drinking the stouts, but All right, so you would give that a 4.
Yep.
Not because it's super hot, but
No, it's a nice beer. It's no real off flavors, because with a Hefeweizen, if you age it too long, you'll start getting that sort of sharp, soapy flavor.
Sammy, thanks for the host. Hey, crank the AC and pretend.
Yeah, right.
I could.
I wish.
My wife will be sitting here, and be like,
"What the fuck?"
She's like, "I'm an Eskimo." She already hates when I put the AC above like 75, in our house. And before I married her, my AC was always at 69. Not because the numbers awesome, but because that's the temperature I like the house, right? So wasn't anything to do with the numbers. It's something I chose. So regardless of that, Scott, do you want to jump into the beer review?
Yeah, sure. I'm actually going against all logic here, set forth by Drew and Ted.
Uh-oh.
It's hot here. I think it hit 91 near me. I'm wearing a full button down, long sleeve shirt. I got socks on, and I'm drinking a porter tonight. So
that must be a cold garage you're in.
So the beer I'm actually doing is from Forgotten Boardwalk, which is a newer brewery here in Jersey in Cherry Hill. I'm doing the Captain's Quarters, which is their Morro Castle porter that they aged in maple bourbon barrels.
That's a sweet label.
It sounded definitely very interesting. Yeah, there's a label on it.
Well, I actually really like that. That's a pretty cool looking label. Huh.
So this actually, I didn't get this. One of my buddies passed it over to me. He's a big bourbon aged beer guy. But this one intrigued me, being aged in maple bourbon barrels. Made me question it right off the bat. I don't know exactly how you get a maple bourbon barrel, unless I guess the wood of the barrel is maple, maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But open this guy up, and for bourbon barrel aged beers, you tend to have them a little higher than 5.7%, which this one is.
I'm gonna let you taste this, and then you're gonna have to let me know what you taste in it, because it was labeled something on Beer Advocate, which is different than what you said it was. So I'm just kind of curious whether or not it has that thing to it.
That character.
Oh, because you're identifying it as a smoked
Yeah, that's
beer.
that's what they said the style was.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm kind
so
of curious.
there. So what this beer is it's actually their their Moro Castle beer
Okay.
is a smoked porter.
Oh,
So they basically took their Moro Castle beer they regularly serve
gotcha.
and they aged it in maple bourbon barrels. So you're
Wow,
right, it is a smoked beer. It's just been aged in maple bourbon barrels.
That sounds awesome. Oh my god.
that's a lot of flavor.
I know. I'm kind of interested in. You said this is where is this out of? Cherry Hill?
Cherry Hill. Yep. It's right near where you work.
Oh shit, man! I'm going. I'm going. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna grab it. What?
And I,
Oh
I
yeah,
did
we'll
let this,
do it.
I did take this guy out of the fridge a little early. One of the reasons I'm actually happy going last, let it warm up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's been like molasses up the nose. Holy crap!
Yeah, very sweet. I don't get much maple,
Really?
but definitely very molassesy.
I've never had a beer from this brewery, so I'm kind of curious. Oh, wait, no, I have. I think. Oh, go you. Okay, continue on.
Yes.
Definitely some smokiness. You get a little vanilla in there. I guess like your typical porters, not overly carbonated, nice and smooth, very almost soft on the tongue.
Hmm.
It's actually not bad. You get a little kind of tinge on the tongue, which I guess is some of the bourbon coming through. You get a little bitterness at the back end there. But I got to say, all around, very good beer. I don't pick up any maple. Maybe it's the sweetness I'm tasting, but no definite maple flavor coming through.
Okay.
Or I don't smell any maple as well.
I wonder if that's the vanilla you're picking up kind of thing. It's
Yeah,
sort
it
of
may be.
the woody kind of almost, I don't know, like a bourbon barrel. Usually, sort of that mapley, or not mapley, sort of vanilla, tobacco-y, leathery kind of dark
Yeah,
flavor.
I'm
I wonder
definitely
if
getting
maple has
a
a
lot of
different,
that.
yeah.
But for a 90 plus degree day,
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
would still, and I'll be honest, I'm not a big porter guy. I'm not a huge fan of bourbon aged beers. But this one isn't overpowering by any means. Has a lot of good flavors. There's some complexity there. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. 4 bottle caps.
Nice. 4.
Uh-oh. Did I lose
What?
you, Scotty?
Yeah. Disregard that.
Oh, you're frozen.
Yeah, that was a.
That's a good face you're frozen at.
I'm a
I know, it's perfect.
I'm a firefighter. That was a call coming through.
Uh-oh.
Nah.
So
Do you have to go to it?
no,
Can't
I'm
now, he
drinking.
had a beer.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
drinking now.
So I actually so you're saying that this is from this is Moro Castle. This is their
Yeah.
Moro Castle, right?
Yep.
Smoke porter that was aged in bourbon barrels, maple bourbon barrels. I'm
Nah, you're
waiting
fine.
he's frozen again. It's awesome. So he's frozen.
Back.
So I've actually had I lied. I actually have had this beer by these guys before, and it was a beer called Funnel Cake.
Yeah, I was going to say the one that's always around is funnel cake.
I love that beer. It is a fantastic cream ale, and
Yeah.
I totally forgot that they were in Cherry Hill, which is like where I work in Jersey. So,
There's a lot of good stuff down there. There's Forgotten Boardwalk. There's what's that one in Maple Shade? Or not
Flying
Maple
Fish?
Shade. Mount Holly.
Okay, I know Flying Fish is down there, but it's not.
Spellbound. Spellbound is in Mount
Spellbound.
Holly,
Okay.
and there's another one right on the main street in Mount Holly that I can't think of their name.
Oh wow. I
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I mean they have what's the brew pub that's down there? Iron Hill.
In Cherry Hill.
Well, they have multiple ones. Like I moved out of Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and then they decided to put a brew pub like right behind the pub I used to go to, which I was like, well, thank you. It's like when I was in sixth grade and like they wouldn't let us play football, and then when we moved on to junior high, they were like, oh yeah, everybody can play football. I'm like, but I don't even like football anymore, so that doesn't matter to me. It's fine, and it could be worse. Hit up